second down and 12. The ball is back on the 44. Herman is way wide to the right side. McNeil to the left. And Tucker Frederickson moved up into the slot. Look out for Frederickson. He's been a prime receiver. This time he goes deep to McNeil. Clemson's got it. And he is caught and he is dragged down by Ray Jones, but not until he reaches the Philadelphia 25-yard line.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you can maybe give this video a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below or maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, the New York Giants. Busy beavers, aren't they, huh? They brought in 4 on defense, right? And of course, bring in 4. You got to get rid of 4, so that's what they did. Then also the Philadelphia Eagles, huh? Well, James Bradberry, without question. Very good cornerback. Very, very good cornerback. He was landing someplace, and he landed with the Philadelphia Eagles. He landed, as I said, I'm in South Jersey, so I'm about 20 minutes from Philadelphia, and I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles. Can't stand the fans. Absolutely despise them. But he said, Bradberry's going to land someplace, and he landed with the Eagles. But, I'm going to go over it real quickly because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the Philadelphia Eagles here, this New York Giants stuff here. But, what the Eagles are doing, Howie Roseman, their GM, what he's doing is, makes a lot of sense. But, as I said, I'll go over that real quickly. But Giants, brought in 4 on defense, but also kind of more importantly, a couple of them had the connection with Don Wink Martindale. Yeah, now you see, with the Eagles signing Bradberry, I gotta admit, it does make what they did with Bradberry and what they did, I guess, kind of in the draft. I'll go over this real fast. I don't want to spend too much time on the freaking Eagles because I despise them. But what they're doing kind of makes some sense because basically NFC East, who they compete with. They're really worried about the Giants? Nah. Washington will be there. But, who's on the top of the mountain that needs to get kicked off the top of the mountain? The Cowboys, okay? What do the Cowboys got? Okay? The Cowboys have, they have a nice run game, and they have good wide receivers. So what the Eagles did, all right. So so in order to, they don't have Cooper no more, but ABCD Lamb's there, Gallup's there, Wilson's there, Schultz is still there. So the Cowboys, Dak's still throwing the ball. So they're going to have the Eagles are still going to, the Cowboys are still going to have, some weapons, obviously. They just lost Cooper, okay? But the Eagles are going to have to combat that. The Cowboys scored a lot of points on last year. So, the Eagles, they got Darius Slay, one cornerback, okay? Now they got James Bradberry on the other side. Hopefully between the 1-2, all right, that'll, hopefully maybe help slow the Cowboys down a little bit. Then also the Eagles drafted Jordan Davis to help shore up their run defense because their run defense was a little porous last year. So they that was pretty decent, okay? But this is also, then that they did, they traded for A.J. Brown too. So now they got their 2 wide receivers. They got DeVonta Smith and they got A.J. Brown. And they're not even sure if Jalen Hurts is even the quarterback in the future. Quite possibly, but they don't know for sure. But also what it is this is his 3rd season. So sooner or later, they're going to have to find out, is he the guy going forward or not? If they're going to have to pull the plug on him or not. But if he is, they're going to have to pay up. But right now, they're going to Gurley world. They're spending, right? While Jalen Hurts, if he is the quarterback of the future, while he's still, well, I can say affordable, but, still cheap. He's on his rookie contract, right? Now, of course, so what that meant is, them going to Gurley world, right? Of course, Howie Roseman, their GM, he's like he has to make an impact. He always got to trading up and trading down and trading over here and do. That's just Howie Roseman. I mean, that's what he is, and the Eagles still wind up stinking anyway. So what Howie did, I mean, here he traded up to select Jordan Day, traded up 2 spots, and he gave away, I think it was four draft picks to move up like 2 spots. Right? They traded here, right? What do they got here? Houston traded its first round selection 13 to the Eagles in exchange for number 15. They traded a first, a fourth, and 2 fifths to move up 2 spots. I mean, and to draft Jordan Davis. Okay, I mean, Kyle Hamilton fell to them. They got one of the best, maybe the best guard in all the draft, but so they had to jump up 2 spots. That's just Howie. I'm not staying still. I'm moving forward, going sideways, going back, jumping. I mean, that's him. So then what's he wind up doing? Then he winds up trading with the Titans, right? To get A.J. Brown, right? Signed him a 4-year deal, $100 million, $25 million a year. I mean, A.J. Brown. I mean, I think he had like 800 yards last year receiving. Where's he at here? A.J. Brown. I mean, this is just, I mean, sure, he's a good player and all, but all that stuff and everything. But I mean, what he had 63 receptions. He missed 4 games last year. 869 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, we'll give him $25 million a year. I mean, that's just Howie. So then, look what Tennessee does. Right, pick number 18, who they got from the Eagles. Right, they take Traylon Burks from Arkansas. Guy cost them $4 million, $4 million. I forgot what the exact number was, but $4 million. Right, a guy who can maybe go deep and all. And, I mean, maybe Brown's a little bit better. Okay, but this guy's $3 or $4 million, and you got him on a cheap deal for 4 years, possibly 5 years if you want to. Right, 5th-year option. Right, so the Eagles traded away 2 picks. They could have had Traylon Burks. So they get A.J. Brown and give him $25 million a year, who had 800 yards receiving. I mean, it's like now they got 2 wide receivers for Jalen Hurts. So that's another thing is what they're doing as far as trying to keep up with the Cowboys because they have to score some points on the Cowboys. So, but I mean, I guess they wanted to get an established veteran instead of. I mean, there was a boatload. I mean. Jahan Dotson, I think they wanted Jameson Williams. Once he was gone, I think that's when, But I mean, but that's the Eagles. That's how we rose. But what they're doing is they're trying to just keep up with the Cowboys, trying to get some quality wide receivers for Jalen Hurts to score some points and maybe grab another cornerback, okay, to help lessen the points because the Cowboys scored a bunch of points on them last year. So. I think that's what the Eagles were doing with, as far as, trying to get James Bradberry. Now they have 2 established cornerbacks, which will really help their defense out quite a bit. But enough of the Eagles because I absolutely can't stand the guys. So moving on with the Giants here. All right, the Giants, New York Football Giants. Giants added 4 to defense in a series of roster moves. All right. Giants roster very much remains a work in progress. Oh, yeah. The newcomers they're all on defense. Jalen Holmes, safety Henry Black, cornerbacks Maurice Kennedy, and Khalil Dorsey. Kennedy and Dorsey previously played for defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. So now this winds up being pretty huge because I mean the pressure's on Wink. Okay, for the most he's the defensive coordinator. So if the defense really looks bad, it's on him. Okay, so he's bringing these guys in. If he doesn't think that they're good, players, good quality human beings or whatever, I'm sure he would have nixed this. Okay, he wouldn't want nothing to do with these guys. Okay, but he's bringing them in. Okay. And then also, okay, now you got Holmes. Okay, Jalen Holmes was with Minnesota with their defensive line coach Andre Patterson. Obviously, said in Minnesota. So now he's coming back with him. All right. So as I said, so Andre Patterson didn't think that Holmes was once again, a good caliber player, a good quality person, and all. I'm sure he would have nixed this as well too. So so we got three guys in here, okay, that all have that familiarity with their some coaches. All right, so that's huge, right? The only one, okay, would be Black. All right, okay. We got they got him listed here as a safety. Okay, 2 cornerbacks, a safety, and like an edge guy. All right, but bring in 4, you got to get rid of 4. So what do they do? All right, we got rid of Trent Harris. I mean, these are all guys. These are, Gettleman, right? Judge guys. I mean, it's just if they're not your guys, I mean, sometimes the writing's on the wall, So Trent Harris, I mean, no huge loss there. Brian Lewerke, no huge loss there. It was funny because it was at the mini camps or whatever it was. I think it was maybe the rookie camps or whatever. He was the only quarterback there throwing. I think it was Joe Shane and Lewerke were the only 2 guys to like throwing passes there. I don't know. I guess they saw enough of them. They're like, this guy isn't very good. So got rid of him. Raymond Johnson the third. Okay, they got rid of him. They waived him, and then also they waived the Jordan Mosley, who was who the defensive back who was injured. Right, so they waived him as well too. Right, so it's the roster will never be a finished product. There's always going to be moves, But all right, so we start looking here. Okay, defensive end Jalen Holmes. All right, who was with Andre Patterson in Minnesota. All right, so Jalen Holmes. 6'5", 283, nice size, very, very nice. All right, spent the 2021 season with New Orleans Saints after playing his first 3 seasons with the Vikings and Andre Patterson. Okay? 4th-round draft choice in 2018. He has played in 33 regular season games with 10 starts and played in 2 postseason games for the 2019 Vikings. Holmes' career totals include 61 tackles, 30 solo, 1 sack, and 6 tackles for loss. 2021, he played in 8 games with 1 start for the Saints and was credited with 14 tackles, 7 solos. The previous season, he had a career high 14 games played, 9 starts, and 26 tackles, 16 solo. Okay. Holmes was a 2-time honorable mention All Big Ten selection at Ohio State. So, but let's see here. All right. It just don't expect, these guys are just fighting for a roster spot. Maybe if they don't make the roster, maybe they go on a practice squad, right? Who knows? But we're looking for depth, looking for good guys, depth. So that's what you get here, guys. Let's say as what it said there. All right, his first 3 seasons was with Minnesota, 18, 19, and 20. 20 last season was with the Saints. Okay, I mean this is what he graded out at. Okay, never played a lot of snaps with Minnesota. 2019, he graded out at 48.8. I mean, his tackling is really bad. Last year's tackling was horrible too, 31.2. I mean, his pass rush is very mediocre. His defensive, his run defense. I mean, it's not awesome. 2020 played a lot of snaps. He graded out at 52.7. Nothing super spectacular. Last year with the Saints, 189 total snaps, right? I mean, tackling 31.2. Run defense last year was okay, but nothing super spectacular. I mean, he had a couple nice games last year against Tampa Bay, graded out of 71.7. Carolina 63.8, 68.3 against the Cowboys, 66.7 against the Buffalo Bills. But then had a couple clunkers in there, so. Don't expect the world from him. He's just coming in, just trying to get a roster spot. As I said, if worst comes to worst, maybe he'll wind up in the practice squad. But don't expect like, an all-pro here or anything like that, okay? Then we got, all right, Black. 6 foot, 204 pounds. Joined the Green Bay Packers as a rookie free agent in 2020. Played in 25 regular season games and 3 postseason games in the last 2 seasons. Right? He had 27 tackles, 20 solo, and 1 interception, 2 passes defense, and 2 forced fumbles, plus 1 stop in the playoffs. In 2021, he played in all 18 games and tallied 25 tackles, 18 solo, include 1 in the postseason. 4 seasons at Baylor, Black had 119 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks. Okay, so Black, Henry Black here. I got him listed as a safety. That's someplace where we certainly could use some quality depth at the safety position. Okay. He doesn't have a lot of experience, right? 2020, 2021. 2020 only had 27 snaps. Last year was on 283 snaps. All right. A lot, basically, pass coverage snaps. Okay. As you see, last year he graded out, his defensive grade was a 45.9. His tackling was a 42.9. His coverage was a 44.9. Last year, what do we got? The ball was thrown at him 25 times for 17 completions. Right, they completed 68% of the passes against him for 215 yards. He had an interception. He had a pass breakup. He had 2 touchdowns get surrendered. Right, quarterback rating was 104.6. He had a couple nice games against in the playoffs. He played well. It was only for 20 snaps, but he graded out of 70.4. He had some nice games. He had a couple, 25.2 against Washington, 36.2 against San Francisco. So he had some good games, and But as I said, overall, 45.9 he graded out at. His tackling, 42.9, coverage, 44.9. So, he's a body. As I said, once again, maybe makes the team for depth. If not, it might be on the practice squad. But once again, don't expect anything absolutely huge from Henry Black. All right. Then we got Kennedy. 6'1", 200 pounds. All right. Let's see what we got here. Entered the NFL in 2016, 6th-round draft by Baltimore, where he played his first 3+ seasons, with Wink Martindale, right? 5 seasons with the Ravens, Jets, and Cowboys. He played in 40 regular season games, 5 starts, all right? So he only played in 5. All this time, he only started 5 games, all right? And he was in 1 postseason game, all right? Kennedy recorded 71 tackles, 58 solo, 1 interception, 6 passes defense, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. In 2021, Kennedy played in 8 games for the Cowboys and registered 5 tackles. Okay. At the University of Virginia, Kennedy played in 44 games with 34 starts and finished his career with 148 tackles, 102 solo. Okay. Nice college career. 5 interceptions, 29 passes defense, 2 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. So, nothing horrible there, but, let's see what we got here. All right, now, as I said, you see, 27 was Baltimore, then he split the season with Baltimore and the Jets. Last year he was with the Cowboys. Last year, with the Cowboys, not bad. Not too bad. He graded out at, let's see, what did he do against the Giants, week 5. He graded out 64.6. Okay. His tackling, last year's tackling was pretty good. Seems like he's a decent tackler. 83.1, 79.5, 75.1. So it seems like he's a decent tackler. But as you say, last year only in on 70 total snaps. What we got? 2018, he was only in 12 total snaps. So if once again, as I said, I don't mean no disrespect or anything, but if he was that good, he wouldn't be, just 12 snaps or 70. So. Once again, he's a depth piece. If he makes the team, I said, if not, maybe he'll make the practice squad. But I said, once again, with Maurice Kennedy, don't expect the world from him. Okay, and that leads us up to Khalil Dorsey. All right, we got it. But this is something not super special either. Dorsey, 5'9", 181 pounds. Not very big. Played in 6 games for the 2020 Ravens, all right, after joining the team as an undrafted rookie from Northern Arizona. But, once again, a familiarity with Don Wink Martindale. He was credited with 1 tackle plus 1 special teams tackle. He spent the final 8 weeks of his rookie year and all of last season on injury reserve with a shoulder injury. So he has a little injury history there. Not good. Okay. Let's see. Dorsey played in 44 games in college, 40 starts in Northern Arizona, made 197 tackles, very impressive, 139 solo, 8.5 tackles for loss, 8 interceptions, very impressive, 41 passes defense, and 1 sack. So, nice college career, all right? But that doesn't mean, once again, it's going to translate into the NFL. I mean, as you see right here, 2020. Let's see. He had played on defense, 4 total snaps against Washington in 2020. Not even last year, the year before that, okay? 4 snaps. He graded out at 33.2. I mean, not very good. But he did play, let's see, snaps by position. He did play a decent amount on special teams, okay? But, right, 2020, what do we got? It was a slot corner for 4, all right? That was it. That's his whole defense, right? Then, what do we got? Kick coverage, 31. Punt coverage, 17. Punt return, 29. Field goal and extra point block, okay, it was 18. I mean, so, he's not making a team like that just by, right? So, once again, don't expect the world from him, right? I mean, he's just somebody coming in, just trying to give some depth. Don't even know if the guy's even going to make the team. But once again, these are, Shane Dable, Wink Martindale, Andre Patterson guys, right? And as far as, as I said, if you're a Gettleman, Judge guy, you're skating on thin ice. I mean, for the most part. I mean, unless you're, Leonard Williams or, Adoree Jackson, Dexter Lawrence. But I mean, if you're, kind of on thin ice as far as even making the team and you're a Judge or Gettleman guy, there's a good chance you're going to be gone, all right? So now what we got? Who did the Giants lose? In 2 seasons, Harris played in 8 games with 2 starts and had 7 tackles. All right. In 2 seasons, 7 tackles. You're not losing much. Okay. Johnson made the 2021 roster as a rookie, all right, free agent at Georgia Southern. I was excited. I was very happy. I was very happy. Georgia Southern, I was very, very happy as a rookie free agent. Very happy he made the roster. Played in 15 games, right? He, unfortunately, 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 quarterback hit, and 1 tackle for a loss. All right. Mosley was signed last Sunday. This is one of these, sometimes you get these guys, they sign and before the week's over, they're gone. All right. Mosley was signed last Saturday after attending rookie mini camp as a tryout, okay? But then we got Mr. Lewerke here. Okay, Lewerke joined the Giants on August 16, 2021. Spent most of the season on the practice squad. He was active as the backup quarterback for the season finale versus Washington, but did not play. In a preseason game in Cleveland, Lewerke completed 11 of 19 passes for 108 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. His departure leaves the Giants with 3 quarterbacks. So they're in pretty good shape, I mean, as far as the quarterback situation. I mean, Mosley's no big loss. Johnson, I'm kind of bummed out that, but as I said, he's not a Shane or Dable guy, so I'm kind of bummed out about that. But same thing with Harris. I mean, it's no big loss. But, I mean, the Giants are in decent position, with their quarterback. I mean, you got Daniel Jones, and then, something goes down with Daniel Jones. We got Tyrod Taylor. 2 thumbs up for that. Phenomenal. Absolutely love that move. Tyrod Taylor, absolutely phenomenal. But if you're coming down to your 3rd string quarterback, things, aren't going to be looking too wonderful as far as your chances of making maybe the playoffs, especially any team. If any team's got their 3rd string quarterback in there, chances of you trying to maybe get a playoff spot or anything like that are, slim and none, okay? But I think the quarterback position, with Lewerke gone, the Giants are in decent shape with that anyway this year. But as far as the guys that we brought in and the guys that we lost, had to let go, it's just kind of moving the pieces around the board. That's all. You're bringing in 4 bodies. You're getting rid of 4 bodies. The 4 bodies that we lost
were never really going to probably contribute ever big time to the Giants. But then again, the 4 bodies that we brought in may not ever contribute to the Giants ever. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, the roster is going to keep, continuing to change. It's never going to be a finished product, and things like this are just going to happen probably all year long.
So you see, I mean, the Giants, they brought in 4 on defense. The one has ties to the Giants' defensive line coach, and 2 of the other guys have ties to Don Wink Martindale. So that's huge. So they know those guys personally. Now, obviously, we're not talking, all pros, Hall of Famers here, nothing like that. But the coaches, okay, right, who are familiar with those players, quite possibly might have vetoed things if they didn't think that they were worthwhile. I mean, that's it. I mean, we're looking at just probably depth, maybe some quality depth here at all. I mean, as far as starters, I don't know. But, I mean, also, with the Giants' salary cap situation, they had to come relatively cheaply. And so, I mean, chances are if they came relatively cheaply, chances are that they're just right now going to be probably depth. But, I mean, Giants can use all the quality depth that they can get. And as I said, the position coaches that the Giants have, okay, if they didn't think that those guys were any good, or they weren't any worthwhile, or didn't have good quality caliber players or whatever, caliber people, I'm quite sure the Giants wouldn't have signed them. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!